Now we have service disruptions, but it is what it is. Hey, y'all, gravity. Any day above ground, live it. We're going to try this again. Paying all this money for this internet and don't want to work. Say less. I don't even think I can. Oh, I can share it. Cool. Let's share this. All right. So, as we did before, we'll just share the audio and hope for the best. All right, let's see. Where are we at last? I think this was here.
What you do once you become president of the United States. I want to go back. When you found out when President Biden called you and said that he was no longer going to seek re-election, and you got that call, do you remember where you were and what you thought when you heard him say these words to you?
I do. So I was home. It was a Sunday afternoon. And my niece, her husband, and their two young daughters were visiting and staying with us. And I promised the kids I'd have pancakes and bacon and everything.
Okay.
And then after that, I had a puzzle for the kids, and we were sitting down to do the puzzle.
Okay.
And the phone rang. And it was President Biden. And so that's when he told me. And it was obviously life-changing in so many ways. But, I have to tell you, Shannon, I at that moment, I knew what it would mean, but not in the detail of it, but I certainly understood the seriousness and the gravity of the moment. And actually, one of the first people I called was my pastor.
Wow. Okay.
I knew I needed a moment to just be still and for my spirit and my mind to have clarity about the seriousness of the moment and my role. And I'll never forget that call or that moment or that day.
Your life instantaneously changed in that moment.
Yes, it did.
Because now all of a sudden you weren't going to be running, you weren't going to be the VP anymore. You were going to be front and center. And
Right.
you knew what the undertaking, having been 4 years as the vice president, what that moment would mean.
I had a sense of it, like so many of us, when you this is your life, right? So there are those moments where your instinct kicks in sometimes before your conscious mind and thoughts do.
Yeah.
And my instinct kicked in immediately that I need to focus and I need to do certain things immediately, which included making, I think we estimated I made over 100 calls that day. My team, and I have an incredible team, all came in, and nobody expected, right? It was a Sunday afternoon.
Correct.
In fact, we actually joked who had taken a shower that day. Because, people came in their workout clothes,
Right.
Different people in, a bandana around their head, just, and
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
That's disgusting. So people ran on their day off. All right, lady. Sure. We'll go with that. Y'all liking it so far? All right.
came in, and we then, for hours and hours, well into the night.
Did you tell them? Did you tell them why you had summoned them to come to your place? Did you give them that news, or were you waiting for them to get there to share that news with them?
Well, so the news started to, as you can imagine, pretty much immediately. And, but of the many blessings that I have and have had, one of them is an incredible team of people around me. You know what that's like.
Yes.
Where
You mean everybody
they're
that
just
kept
there,
leaving?
and they will rise to a moment. And no matter how high that moment is, or meaning how serious it is, and what I love, and it's certainly my own work ethic, that there is no job too small or too big, if there's something that needs to get done.
So, although you have a huge role now, what's a typical day like for you now once you've been thrust into this? What time are you normally getting to bed? What time are you getting up? And what's some of the activities that you do in a given day?
Well, so Doug can go cheat. He be like, this here. Hey, shit.
I'm having, I probably estimate 14-hour, 15-hour days.
Okay.
When I wake up, no matter how little sleep or how much sleep I've had, I work out every morning.
Okay.
Because
Yes.
it's like mind, body, and spirit, right? And then, yeah, and that's the only time of my day I write. And then it is, these days, it's not unusual for me to be in 3 or even 4 cities in one day. Rallies with thousands of people, 10,000 people showing up. Making calls to folks. Just now I landed in Atlanta, the mayor of Atlanta, who greets me every single time. So I'll talk with elected leaders who are supportive about, so for example, here in Atlanta, what do we need to do to make sure that we're giving folks the resources to knock on doors and remind folks of the power of their voice? And 12 days.
Does it sound
really
okay?
is a lot about trying to focus on getting folks to know their power, to not let anybody suppress or silence their voice, and to vote.
So breakfast. What does Madam VP eat for breakfast, or you have time to, or is it on the go?
No, when I was younger, I didn't think I needed breakfast. I wasn't a breakfast eater.
Okay.
Now I have breakfast every morning. It's usually a spinach omelet. It's not very exciting.
Right.
But it's protein with a little vegetable, and I like chicken, apple sausage, and some toast, and then I'm gone.
Madam VP, you're a couple years older than myself, so we kind of grew up in that.
A sausage joke. This is what we're looking for in a presidential candidate. Sausage jokes. Cool. All right. Y'all gotta forgive me, family. I'm trying to use my computer and 2 phones to try to get this content out. So you gotta forgive me.
Get to work. But I'm only 35.
Come on now, I'm your guest.
No, but you only 30. But we grew up.
But just keep moving, because I'm gonna give you a shovel in a minute.
I see. You won't let it go. Dang. We could have just moved on past that real quick, but you drew attention to it. But we grew up in the 70s with music.
Yes.
Went by Ohio players.
Oh yes, fire! Come on.
Oh, you like fire?
Come on.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yes.
dun, dun, dun.
Yes. What do you listen to now?
Oh, I wish I were listening to more music, to be honest with you, because I love it. Just, but
You don't
when
have
I
downtime, like when you have downtime?
I don't have any downtime really. I have my little violin I'm playing right now with you. I really don't. But when I love jazz.
Mm-hmm.
If it's from Thelonious Monk to Miles Davis. I love Aretha. I was just with Stevie.
Right.
Stevie's, can I tell you?
Yes, you can.
Bucket list. Stevie Wonder on my birthday sang me happy birthday.
Happy birthday
to me.
They don't even know the words.
I was literally, it was surreal. Can you, a bucket list moment when Stevie Wonder
Who cares?
Sings you happy birthday?
As an 18-year-old,
Yeah.
could you imagine
Never.
your life would have been like this?
Never.
This many years?
Let me tell you, my mother loved, she had every Stevie and every Aretha Franklin record, every album. Like literally every one of them. So first, songs that keep like all those Stevie songs that were about everything from the movement to optimism. I would have never at 18 thought that he'd be singing me happy birthday. Never. Second black woman ever in the history of the United States Senate elected. Second in the history of the United States Senate.
Have you had an opportunity to sit back and reflect and say, wow, the work is not yet done?
That's more where I am. The work is not done. The work is not yet done. There's so much to do. To your point, being in the Senate, there is a weight of responsibility that I know we all feel, right? When we have been blessed with an experience that allows us to be a role model. And to hopefully inspire people and to remind them of what's important.
Oh, now you want to work
things that
internet?
need to be
Fuck
addressed.
you.
So, for example, as only the second black woman elected to black women, and it affects their spouses, their husbands, their families, their children, and I feel a sense of responsibility and a very strong.
But it's not your
to
responsibility.
make sure that I use
You're
my
not black.
voice in a way that is about lifting up people who have not always been in the room. Hello, America. you have a lot of those to hold. Yes. Keep your friend.
It's a movie there. Oh, I can go there. Yep. And that's
He
all
has
for
some
today,
weird
folks.
ass commercials.
Check in tomorrow.
If you could speak to your 18-year-old self,
Okay, here we
what would you
go.
tell him?
600 plant life. That's wonderful. Mix that all up, and then what you do for us is take another plant called nicotine, light it on fire, and let us know how that work out. You heard me? All right, Miss Nisa, you know what to do. I don't know where you come in with this bullshit.
Get to work. Get to work.
Come in here with this crap.
If I could speak to my 18-year-old self, I would probably tell her, continue to
See Willie
keep
Brown.
your friends.
Hear about Willie Brown and
My
go to
best
him.
friend from kindergarten is still one of my best friends.
What?
Yes.
Y'all made it to the first grade as best friends?
Yes. In fact, she's been out knocking on doors in North Carolina just this last week for me.
Oh, I forgot. Since he wanted to come in here and troll. We got to do it correctly. Can't just send them down there. All right.
I would say, hold on to that, which is your friends are so important. Your family is so important. I would probably encourage myself at 18 to remember that you have a lot of people who are supporting you, even if they don't know you. That's what I mentor a lot of people, Shannon. So this is what I'm really reflecting on, which is what I tell the young people I mentor, including to know that even when you are in that room and you're the only one who looks like you or who has had your life experience, to know you are not alone in that room, and that you must therefore walk in that room, chin up, shoulders back,
Oh,
knowing we're all
Lord.
there applauding you. When I mentor young women and men, I remind them that you are often going to be told, well, it's not your time, not your turn, you're too young, nobody like you has done
But
this
it wasn't
before.
your turn.
And I tell them, don't you ever listen to that. I like to say, I eat no for breakfast. I don't hear no. You
I
ask
thought
what
you
I
ate
eat for breakfast.
sausages
I eat no for breakfast. I don't hear it.
and spinach
And
omelets.
that's part of what are my life lessons that I try to share with young people, to remind them that you cannot ever be burdened by other people's limited ability to understand who you are. Like, don't let their limited ability burden you about your own ability,
What?
You were raised by us.
What the hell did she just say?
And why should I care?
I don't know what she just said. Can somebody tell me what she just said? Nah, I figured. All right, let's get back to it.
Get to work.
A single mom. What did that experience tell you about your mom, and what did it tell you about you?
Well, it told me that
Damn.
one of the things that is precious is to build community and family. Like my mother, she understood that there is a community that she wanted her children to be raised in. And she was very intentional and purposeful about that. And so I always say to people, even when I took the stage as the nominee for the Democratic nomination, that, there is the family that you have by birth, and there is also the family you have by love. And they're equally family,
Yes.
right? And I learned that from my mother. So my mother, I had all these aunties and uncles. My Uncle Sherman, who was one of the first black men to graduate from Berkeley School of Law, who, when we were young girls, sat us down and taught us how to play chess. Because Uncle Sherman said, you need to understand how the chessboard works, because that's the way the world works. There are going to be different players with different moves, and you need to see the whole board. My mother raised us around, like my Auntie Chris, who went to Howard in the 50s. and pledged Alpha Kappa Alpha. And she was one of my incredible role models growing up. And that was one of the big reasons I wanted to go to Howard University and pledge Alpha Kappa Alpha. Those are some of the lessons that I've learned from my mother that I try to also share with people, right? Which is the beauty of community. And it's the way I am, right? Which is, the children in my life, whether they be my own or, my godchildren or whomever, right? That it's a collective responsibility that we
Coochie
have.
Jackalee again.
Did you know you were different? I mean, were there a lot of people in the community that looked like you or like your mom? Or did your mom tell you were different?
Well, my mother taught us to, and everyone in my growing up, they would tell all of us kids that we were special. I don't think we were particularly special.
What?
But they told us we were, and we believed them.
Yes.
Wow.
We believed them. I think that's such an important part of what we can all do for the children and the children in our lives. And, but my mother raised 2 Black girls to be proud Black women. Back to music, one of the soundtracks from my childhood was, You Are Young, Gifted, and Black. And that's what it was.
I'll get the phone number later. And we're back, America.
When especially if you lose somebody to a sickness, to an illness, I think it's really important that you try to remember them as they lived and not as they died.
Right.
Because I think that's how they want us to remember them, but also to remember their suffering, which hopefully was a fraction of their time on this earth, is to compound the grief in a way that I think it adds to the pain. And what they'd want is that their active memory, that our active memory of them is about when they were vibrant and alive.
Right.
So
let's get into things that will change what will happen if you were to become president, say in the next 12 to 13 days. Polls suggest that voters trust President Trump, former President Trump, more on the economy. What can you tell the voters, our viewing audience, our listening audience, that if you were to become president, wow, Madam VP Kamala Harris will be much better on the economy than what President Trump was?
Well, so I'm really glad you brought that up, Shannon. So first of all, let's clear up certain myths.
Okay.
You know those checks that went out?
Yes. Those stimmies?
Right. Right.
Stimulus check.
Yeah, I know. Well, right. Yes.
We got to be stimulus, but they call them stimmies. Okay.
The reason those came about is because there was a Democratic majority in the House of Representatives and Congress.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the like.
Maxine Waters, people like Hakeem Jeffries, right?
Yes.
Oh, Lord, here we go.
Did the work of push.
Okay, Job, you've been elected. Go ahead, sell us Trump. Since you want to come in here and say it's Trump 2024, sell us Trump. I got time today. Because that's not even what this is about. But since you wanted to do it, you wanted everyone to see you. Sell us Trump. Come on. We got about a week. We're undecided over here. Sell it to us. This should be good. Don't block her. I want her to tell me Trump 2024. And she wrote it in all caps. No good morning, none of this. He, she, or it decided that they were going to be the person that thought they got the invite to the cookout. This is the wrong address. So come on, Job, let's have fun. Sell us Trump. Or did you run? Oh, I get it. The fentanyl was it started to boil over, huh? You gotta go stir it. Oh no, I know what happened. That Tony Hinchcliffe, you found another special you never watched. And nobody else did either, so you got to go watch it again. Yes, I am a man, but since you wanted to come in here and write that hashtag, now you get to be the center of attention like most white people want. Now sell us Trump. Come on, let's go. I want to see why you're voting for him. Go ahead. Let the contingent of no Democrats in here. I don't care if you're Cuban or not. You're considered white. But sell us Trump. Next, you're going to tell me you live in Miami. Sell us Trump. Let's go. Come on. It can't be this hard. Let's go. Sell me Trump. See, if you would have said good morning and then wrote that hashtag, I'd have left you alone. But since you want to be disrespectful, mi corazon, now you can sell it to us. Let's go. Oh, Wallow J, you'd be surprised how many Cubans label themselves white. Come on, JOP, let's go. I figured, come on. It can't be this hard. I'm a black man. It can't be this hard. I figured. I figured as much. Let's get back to the show. Yes. Very good. Bye-bye. I know she must have gotten, hey family, she must have reminded herself of that time where she had the most fun in her life and it was with a black man. And now she has to be anti-black. It's all good. Thank you, Mr. White Man, for helping us find out who you are.
Thing to say. People need help right now, and we need to send out checks. There was a whole lot of opposition to it, including from Donald Trump's White House.
Yes, even
Oh, here we go. We got another one.
Yes.
We got another one. Okay. You want to know why there's all this race talk? Because you got a black man talking to a Indian Caribbean woman who's trying to be president against a white man. If you don't think politics are about race, you're retarded. But since you wanted to come in here, again, you're another one. No good morning, no nothing. Now you get to be the center of attention. Are you offended that people are talking about race in America? Because if you're offended that people are talking about race in America, I suggest you leave, because these conversations are going to be way too hard for you to process. So again, I'm going to say, if you are offended that you're hearing about race during a presidential election cycle, A, is telling me you don't know what's going on here, and B, that you get easily offended by things. So which is it? Because if you're not offended, you wouldn't have wrote that comment. We're just playing by the rules of the game. The game is you, as America, as an entity, introduced race when it shouldn't be in, when you shouldn't have race in everything. So we're just playing the game. Now you don't like it. So do you want to sit here and engage with the family and listen to this content, or you want to be the center of attention? Let me know. We'll give you the opportunity. Okay, so now you understand what this is about. All right, so you can engage with the family and listen to this content. Let's get it.
That's why those checks, remember, Congress holds the purse.
Yes.
So really, Congress wrote those checks, but then Donald Trump, unlike any president before or after, decided he put his name on those checks.
Who
Those
cares?
people thought, Donald Trump, they gave me that check. And so let's clear that up first and foremost,
Okay.
but let's also deal with where he was in terms of his policies on the economy. He gave the biggest tax cuts for billionaires and the biggest corporations, which caused an incredible deficit. He tried to get rid of the Affordable Care Act, which we also call Obamacare, which benefited so many people.
I don't see that
including,
comment,
in
Miss
particular, Black
Niecy.
people in America who otherwise were denied by the insurance companies health coverage because of pre-existing conditions.
Yes. That's
Who
most important.
cares?
People know.
Right?
And that wasn't yours.
If you have a
Who cares?
pre-existing condition, insurance companies can no longer deny you coverage.
That's exactly right. And if you think about what that means in the context of also knowing the big health disparities we have in the Black community,
Right.
and how
Who is
more likely,
we?
therefore, Black folks might be to have pre-existing
Who is we?
Diabetes,
all of that,
cancers.
all of that.
Yes.
Asthma for our children.
Yes. Sickle cell trait.
It's all of that. So by getting rid of the pre-existing condition ban, what that did, but he wanted to get rid of the Affordable Care Act.
Right.
Oh
What
my
we have done, and part
God.
of my policies going forward include what we need
I
to
wanna
do
know who
to
this
not
we
only
she's
retain the
talking
cap
about.
that we got, on insulin at $35 a month for seniors. By the way, black folks are 60% more likely to be diagnosed with diabetes.
Correct.
President Trump, why do you believe it's appropriate to weigh in on the racial identity of your opponent? I read where she was not black, and then I read that she was black. Vice President Harris.
We have someone who wants to be president.
He's the good king, Fab King. The crown is yours.
Or visible. When it's tip-off time at 5, I consider HIPS parties lets people know they're. Grab a bottle of HIP on Kentucky.
Rid of Medicare, get rid of the Affordable Care Act, and that's just on health policy, not to mention bringing back not only tax cuts for the richest people, but what he would do that is about eliminating or reducing the ability of corporations to be required to pay overtime pay
So you could work, and the corporations wouldn't have to pay you for it.
for overtime.
You work for free.
That's right.
There's
And
another
overtime
one.
means you are actually working a longer day, which
All right, great. Tim Moss Jr., sell us Trump. You didn't even say good morning. Sell us Trump. Go ahead. Now you get to be on the clock. Sell us Trump. Go ahead.
means you are more tired,
Right.
which means it requires more exertion. That's why we have overtime pay, so you don't take advantage of workers. In addition to all of that, we're looking at Donald Trump, basically somebody who has never been understanding of the issues that affect the community about disparities. And I'm going to talk, for example,
Why
about
would
how when
he?
he was a landlord, he denied rent to
Oh
black
my
families.
God! Why
You look at
would
what he
he?
did in terms
Why?
of taking out a
Come on.
took out a full page ad on the New York Times calling for their execution for crimes they did not commit. They were innocent.
Ma'am.
Donald Trump, who's
Madam, you locked up teenagers for missing school and their parents. Knock it off. You both love the police. Cut it out. Jesus Christ. Hey, why don't you explain to why you went and locked up people longer than their jail sentences? You wanted to keep them in jail because you needed them to fight wildfires. Why don't you talk about that? How come you won't tell people? See, this is why she won't come down here, because the first question I'm going to ask her is, okay, so you were DA in San Francisco. She's going to start laughing. Yes, yes, yes. And you were also Attorney General of California. And she's going to be like, yes, yes, yes. I was like, how did you let Oscar Grant's killers walk free? Even when your office implored you to relook at the case. And then all of a sudden, one of your top people in your office suddenly gets charges. Let's ask these type of questions. Oh, she'd leave after that first question. And all right, Shannon Sharpe is he gonna do what it do. I get it.
That of the first black president of the United States, the birtherism, to have people question whether he was born in the United States, to try and diminish. And then most recently, you look in this very election, legal black immigrants in Springfield, Ohio, saying they're eating their pets.
Okay, and
So so part of what we
okay, Tim, here we go. You said he loves his country, the people, he wants the country to prosper. He believes in the Constitution as well as the states having the rights to govern themselves instead of the Fed. He believes in the Constitution, yet he just came out the other day and said, you need to do a year for burning the flag, which is protected under freedom of speech, the First Amendment. Okay. But he's for the Constitution. The Constitution, right? What is the Fourth Amendment? I'm just trying to figure out. What's the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution? I'm trying to see something. I'm trying to see something. The Fourth Amendment is protection against unlawful search and seizure. That man literally said he wants to give cops full immunity. So y'all want a bunch of Vic Mackeys running around. But he's for the Constitution. He wants censorship, but he's for the Constitution. Okay. All right. I mean, listen, you voted for that man, you think he's the greatest, that's fine. We don't. So, it is what it is. But back to this commentary.
have to help people understand is don't think you're in Donald Trump's club. You're not.
Right.
He's not going to be thinking about you. You think he's having you over for dinner?
Who cares? You're not either.
When he's with his buddies, his billionaire buddies, he's thinking about what we need to do to deal with addressing, for example, my work around what I'm doing to address disparities in black men's health around colon cancer,
Oh,
around what we
God.
need to do around screenings, what we need to do around prostate cancer, black men are twice as likely to have, and screenings, what we need to do to address.
I'm a survivor of prostate cancer.
Right, you know what I'm talking about.
Go James and the Lakers are back putting on a show.
I don't care.
It ended up being not for black service members. So part of my policy is to, one, create a fund so that we will give a $25,000 down payment to first-time homeowners.
It's called
To
a
just help
tax
people get in the
break.
door. We will deal with the rent issue because part of what we're seeing in Atlanta and places across our country is these corporations are buying up all these properties, which means then that they don't have to deal with competition between the properties and they're jacking up rent costs. So it's about also going after that corporate gouging around what they're doing to buy up and then jack up the prices of rent. We also need to help people with small business ownership. I did, even before I was running for president, a tour, I called it the Opportunity Economy Tour, focused on black men and black entrepreneurs.
Oh, good
What we
God.
know is, unlike Donald Trump, who got $400 million handed to him practically on a silver platter. And by the way, Shannon filed for bankruptcy 6 times. Everybody wants to say he's a great businessman. Take a look at his record. I know that so many of our
He's a
entrepreneurs with
billionaire.
great ideas
Okay.
don't
He
have
must have did
access to
something
capital,
right.
but they have a serious work ethic, great ideas, and a plan to do the work. So part of my plan is to increase access to capital, including giving $20,000 forgivable loans for startup capital for people to buy the equipment.
Right.
And then to change the tax deduction, so whereas it is $5,000 to make it $50,000 to start a new business, because nobody can start a new business on $5,000.
Yes, you
And the
can.
direct benefit, when we're looking at black entrepreneurs, is profound. And all it is about saying this. Americans in general, regardless of their race or gender, we have ambition, we have aspirations, we have dreams, but not everyone has access to the opportunity that lets them actually accomplish that. I want to increase access to opportunity.
Listen, unfortunately, I've gone viral a few times, but I've never gone viral for GLP-1s for weight loss. My pocket could be your free housing.
Some dignity in their retirement deserve. And as you and I both know, there are a lot of our seniors who their only source of income is that Social Security, right? It's the only way they're going to pay the rent or have food on the table. So my plan is about doing what we need to do to put the resources back into Social Security, but also expanding it. Because here's part of the problem with Social Security is that for our aging seniors, if they are a couple, for example, and one of the spouses passes, that cuts their Social Security benefits almost in half. So part of my plan is to reconfigure it so that that surviving spouse does not then have a crisis where they've already lost their loved one. But we also just have to understand on a macro level, we've got to require that billionaires and corporations pay their fair share, right? They can afford to. And that's part of what is the difference between me and Donald Trump. My plan is about tax cuts for small businesses, for working people, for middle-class people. 100 million Americans will benefit around tax cuts. My plan is that no taxes will be raised for anybody making less than $400,000 a year.
Yeah,
My plan
right.
is that we give young parents a $6,000 child tax credit to help them pay for child care, for a crib or a car seat, because you and I both know the vast majority of our young parents have a natural desire to parent their children well, but not always the resources. And back to the way I was raised, I know that the children of the community are the children of the community. That you and I will benefit from that young family
What does that
having the
mean?
resources they need. So it's about all of us benefiting, but it's a
What
it's a
does that
state of mind and it's
mean? The children of the community. Okay. Uh, hey, she sounds like Glorilla. At the end of the day gotta end.
perspective. Mine is about thinking about the challenges people face and getting them help. Donald Trump is full-time focused on himself. You watch his rallies.
Who
He spends
cares?
full-time talking about, I was going to say Freddy Krueger, Hannibal Lecter. It might as well be Freddy Krueger. Hannibal Lecter. He'll spend full-time talking about his grievances, about what everyone has done to him. He'll talk about himself, but he does not talk about the American people. He does not talk about what he's going to do for middle class. He does not talk about what he's going to do for families, for working people. And we're 12 days out. This is probably one of the most serious elections that we have faced in our lifetime. My perspective, and I will be the kind of president
No,
who
it wasn't
spends
screwed
full-time
too, but it was
focused on
my
the needs of
internet.
the people. That has been my career. I have spent my whole career as a public servant trying to uplift the condition of other people, knowing what is possible and doing it with a sense of optimism. On January 20th, a new president is going into the White House. Period. A new president is going into the White House. Do you want to look at the Oval Office and see a Donald Trump who's going to be sitting there, filling out his enemies list, spending full time figuring out retribution and revenge, or looking at the Oval Office and knowing you have a president in there who's creating a to-do list that's about what to do to help the American people.
So raising minimum age of Social Security, that's not on the table for you.
No, look, people work hard all of their lives. And they deserve to be able to retire with dignity. I'll tell you how I come at this. I come at it from a number of perspectives, including thinking about how I was raised in terms of how you take care of the elders, right? I think about it in terms of taking care of my mother when she was sick and dying from cancer. So one of my policies, for example, is to help Medicare pay for home health care for seniors. Why? Because, look, I did it, and it means, trying to cook for an elder, to make something they feel like eating, right? To help them put on a sweater. And we have so many people who are in the sandwich generation. They're raising their young kids and taking care of their parents. And either they have to deplete their savings to qualify for Medicaid, right? To be able to help pay for home health care, or they have to quit their job to do the work of taking care of their kids and their parent. And I just believe that's not right. That we should have policies that give people dignity, especially our seniors. So my plan is Medicare pays for home health care. And no, I would not raise the age of eligibility for Social Security, because the same thing.
And if you win, you'll do it by next summer.
In order to retire and have a moment to just enjoy their life and not worry about how they're going to pay their rent.
Is Medicare for all a priority for you?
What is a priority for me is making sure that access to health care is a right and not just a privilege of those who can afford it. That's why I am in favor of and have pushed and been a leader on capping the cost of insulin at $35 a month. And why I intend to allow Medicare to actually negotiate against the big pharmaceutical companies to bring down the cost of prescription medication for everybody. That's why I have fought for what we need to do around making sure Medicare covers senior care. Access to health care should not be a question of how much money you have in your back pocket. That's just not right. And I feel strongly about that.
Blacks for Trump. They feel that Trump is better for the black community. Can you explain Donald Trump's history with blacks? Where did this come that all of a sudden, it's been like this? Because a lot of people used to say, I'm Donald Trump of the ghetto. Because he was, for a lot of blacks, not all, but for some blacks, he was, Madam VP, whether we want to admit it or not, he's revered by some blacks.
But here's the thing. The question for everybody, should he be president of the United States?
Okay.
Right? That's the question. Should he have the ability to sit behind the seal of the President of the United States when he says he wants to terminate the Constitution of the United States? You know what that would mean? In the Constitution of the United States is your Fourth Amendment right against unreasonable search and seizure. Your Fifth Amendment right. Your Sixth Amendment right to an attorney.
Well, a lot of rights will be gone. The First Amendment.
But the First Amendment, the Second Amendment. Look, I'm in favor of the Second Amendment. I don't believe we should be taking anybody's guns away. He wants to terminate the Constitution of the United States. He is the same one, like I said earlier.
Ma'am, you and the Democrats every other day when there's a school shooting talking about gun control. That's going against the Second Amendment. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Why did y'all let y'all's Democrats lock up Dexter Taylor? And he didn't even do nothing except make guns in his house. He didn't sell them. Y'all don't even know what an AR-15 is. You think AR means assault rifle. No shout out to Sheila Jackson Lee. Y'all don't say, hold up. Y'all be passing by on the internet seeing them white kids with the goddamn guns outside shooting it, and y'all don't say a word. Y'all say how cute it is. The second you see a black family do it, y'all want them investigated. It's funny that we talking about gun control all of a sudden after the scamdemic, and black people were the highest owners of guns since that time period. But, no, Lamiko, it ain't done yet. See, he's already in the lexicon. He got what he wanted. People ain't going to forget about him. When they bring up podcasts, it's going to be, like Shannon Sharpe, John. His grift worked. It worked. Shout out to him. We're not hating on the business model. We're not.
Denied.
That's how she sounds right now. That's how Kamala sounds. She sounds like Kid Boo. But anyway, let's get it.
Rent to black families who took out their full page ad in the New York Times calling for the execution of those children. Who birtherism accusations against the first black president. Not to mention please ask folks to Google Project 2025.
Yeah.
He would get rid of.
And you love it. You watched it, you read it, you loved it. All of a sudden, your boy out there talking about how he is lifting the amnesty. So if you hear, you're gonna have to go back till your case is heard. Isn't that in Project 2025? Y'all both talking about legal immigration. All of a sudden. Okay. You got Democrats talking about sending everybody back. Gotta love it.
The $35 a month cap on insulin. We know how many of our seniors had. I'll give you another example of why Donald Trump has not earned the support of folks to be president of the United States again. When he was president the last time, during the height of COVID, during the height of COVID, 1 in 3 black Americans knew somebody who died from COVID. You remember those days?
I do.
And people couldn't get their hands on a COVID test? At that very same time, Donald Trump as president secretly sent COVID tests to the president of Russia for his personal use.
Okay.
While Americans were dying every day, he has not earned the right to be president of the United States.
But he
It's
already
one thing
did.
if he has a television show that's very popular. He can put his name on a building. Even though we all know he was not a terribly good businessman, which is why he filed for bankruptcy 6 times. But that is
Okay.
one thing. To be president of the United States means to try and find common ground, to build consensus, to lift up the American people instead of trying to beat people down all the time. It means solving problems, which means you have to be able to get out of your own head and scan.
What was the general consensus when you sent money over to Africa to tell them to stop being anti-LGBTQ? Where was the middle ground, the general consensus when you kept sending money to Israel and the Palestinians and Russia and Ukraine? Oh, don't get it fucked up. They're still sending money to Russia. Don't get it fucked up. If y'all really stood on business, you'd stop buying lobsters from Russia, but y'all don't want to do that. The decadence is beautiful. But she wants to sit up here and talk about middle grounds. By the way, family, speaking of Israel, did you know that Israel stopped aid going to Palestine? They banned them. And it's funny that I don't hear the administration saying anything about that.
To be concerned about the well-being of other people and then do something about it. Does anyone think Donald Trump thinks that way?
Yeah, well, everything that requires you to divorce your own ego to see yourself as someone else.
That's exactly right. And we know that's not his character. So it's about, is this the right person for that job, right?
He said immigrants are taking black jobs. I don't know what those black jobs that they're taking. Can you elaborate on that? What the immigrants taking? What black jobs are they?
Well, it's just another example of him trying to divide and him trying to scare people. It's just another example of him doing that, of him trying to say it's either you or them, right? And the other thing is that it's incredibly demeaning because, and he still has not been forced to define, Donald Trump, what do you define as a black job? Because let me tell you what I define as a black job. Vice President of the United States.
That's a good one.
Right?
It is. I don't know about the pay, but it's a good job to have.
Well, you know, not everybody is Shannon Sharpe.
No, but you know what I want to ask? You've been in basically your adult life. You've been a public servant.
Yes, I have.
You've been AG.
My whole adult life.
You've been DA. You've been a senator. You've been VP. Is that what you envisioned? Is that what you always wanted to be, was a public servant?
I've always wanted to serve. You know, I was raised, back to however you were raised, in the community in which you were raised, including the church in which you were raised, I have always believed that it is an important pursuit to figure out how you can serve. And we can do it in different ways, right? I chose public service. You chose a different route. But it's about service. And I have always, I've only had one client my entire life, the people. And the reason I keep doing it is because I know the difference that I and we can make when we believe in what is possible and then work hard at it. And my pledge in this campaign to everyone, regardless of who you are, where you live, what you look like, I will be a president for all Americans. And I will work to bring our country back together because, frankly, I think people are exhausted with the anger, with the hate, with the division, the attempt to have Americans pointing their fingers at each other. I think people are exhausted. It's not healthy for the productivity of our country. Like, do we want to strive? Do we want to thrive? Or do we want to spend full time with vengeance, demeaning other people? And living a life of service is about, I think, the importance of lifting people up, not tearing them down.
My team here at Shay Media is always growing and making moves. Sometimes it's a
God,
challenge.
I don't care.
This is what I'm going to do in the first 90 days. This is what I'm going to do. My administration is going to do while I'm in office. You're pandering. How do you get through to those that says, look, this is what I'm going to do. If I'm elected president, these are the policies, and they will lead to meaningful and impactful change.
Well, part of it is just to be candid. I think that there's sadly misinformation out there about who I am and what I've done, because if people are informed about fact, they will know that almost everything that I'm talking about doing as president is built on a foundation of work that I've been doing for years. If it is about economic empowerment of the Black community and all communities, I've been working on that. As vice president, I am responsible for billions of dollars from big banks and big corporations, including technology companies, getting into community banks to increase access to capital for minority-owned and other small businesses. If you look at my work over a period of years, my focus again on something like maternal mortality is long-standing, which directly impacts Black men and Black women.
Right.
And the Black family. If you look at the work that I am doing that is about small businesses, you know, the person who helped my mother raise us.
President Trump, why do you believe it's appropriate to weigh in on the racial identity of your opponent?
I read where she was not black.
Just in the
Bed, you literally, mini shower, Irish.
right? Including the economic fabric and strength of the community. So
David Kuhn, thank you. We know that. Thank you, though.
what I'm talking about doing right now is based on longstanding work. It's not new. But as President of the United States, part of why it is important, it is about a new way that is based on a new generation of leadership, that is based on new ideas, and frankly, a different experience that brings my commitment to the work I am talking about into being.
Can you give us a breakdown of how you will allow Blacks and other minorities to access
Blacks.
capital? Because you speak a lot about capital, and in order for people to become
Blacks.
successful and have some wealth, is that they need to have access to
Yeah,
that
that's
to
right.
get started.
So that's in fact why I did, starting last or earlier this year, my economic opportunity tour, way before I was running for president, because I realized that so many of our entrepreneurs don't actually have that we need to do better in getting information to people about what's available to them. So, for example, through the Small Business Administration, there are funds available to help people create a business plan. There is resources available to help people just know how that you need to run a payroll, how you need to pay business taxes. Part of my plan, by the way, is to simplify taxes for small businesses. I like to say it's basically the down date. Like, you remember the 1040 Did you ever have to do a 1040 Probably never. Okay, I did. But, you know, simplifying tax returns for people, including our small businesses. But the work that I have done and will continue to do is about knowing that we don't lack for hard work. We don't lack for good ideas, but we do lack for information about the help that is available. So that's part of how it is going to be about increasing access to capital. Part of it is about putting more money. So I called up and got in touch with and worked with some of the big CEOs of the biggest corporations in America and said, and the big banks, that you all don't necessarily, you're not there in the community where you can get $100,000 loan to a small business. You guys deal at a different level, but those $100,000 loans for a startup will go a long way. Let's get those billions of dollars that you've got, put them into community banks who are in the community, who know what the community needs, what they want, what the consumers there want, and then support those small businesses. So that's my approach to access to capital, including making sure that people have, again, simplifying taxes for small businesses. You know why, Shannon? Small businesses can't afford to hire a bunch of accountants and a bunch of lawyers, but that shouldn't be the reason they fail, because they didn't fill out the form properly, right?
Yes.
So my approach is really understanding the culture, understanding the needs, and then trying to fix problems. I love fixing problems with common sense solutions. And again, look, Donald Trump is never going to relate necessarily to the kind of folks that I'm talking about who on the ground just need to be seen.
Madam, you don't relate to us either. I'm sorry. Since you want to claim Jamaica, let me explain. You don't even relate to Jamaicans. You can't relate to us. You didn't have this upbringing. You literally said it. Your mama raised you and your sister around black folks. You don't know what it's like. You get to go home. You get to see the god Vishnu in there. You get to eat your Hindu diet. And you get to act like something you're not. Black folks cannot act like something they're not, lest they get ostracized. You think, man, now watch. If she loses, watch, all of a sudden she gonna blame black folks and she gonna be a whole South Asian and she gonna be championing everything. She gonna get on some board of some company that's trying to bring in South Asians. She's gonna be a whole consultant getting millions of dollars, and we're gonna have a flood in here. Fuck out of here.
And heard, and then let's fix the problems. Let's address the challenges to let them not just get by, but get ahead. And I want to put a fine point on this. Maybe it's a new perspective. I think it is. I believe that we have had great success in bringing black unemployment down to historic lows.
Yes.
Moose 914. Again, y'all just come in here, don't say good morning or nothing. Okay, you said I voted for Trump, and boy, do I feel good. All right.
And why should I care?
And don't give a damn. I really don't. I'm glad you voted. Whatever. Thank you.
But for me, that's a floor. For me, that's a floor. Because what I know is that it should be baseline. That
Buddy Flood, don't run. I want to talk to you after this is over.
People want to
Don't you run.
Yes.
And intergenerational wealth.
Correct.
And I want to help people do that, right? I know what if folks want to be able to take a nice vacation from time to time, have nice Christmas gifts for their kids under the tree. And it can't just be about, well, you've got a job, applaud me for what I've done for you. And that's the spirit with which I do my work.
I saw President Trump on a TV show, and he talked about defunding the Department of Education.
Yes.
Basically, we know that's going to affect communities like us that don't have the resources, and then because he says he doesn't. If they talk about slavery, which is a part of our history.
That they're trying to cover up.
Yes.
That they're trying to cover up.
They talk about racism, and he said, well, what we would do if they talked about it, they wouldn't get funding. And we know what communities are going to be most impacted by non-funding.
But, and understand that they want to get rid of Department of Education and get rid of Head Start. You know whose kids are in Head Start? They want to, it is, and to your point, and I'm so glad you pointed this out, you know, these are the same people who basically suggested that enslaved people benefited from slavery. The same people who are trying to ban and are banning books. And again, if we don't teach America's full history, we will never ensure that we don't make the same.
Yes.
To do those same things again.
Let's learn from that painful part of our history to make sure we don't repeat it, but not by not covering it up. Let's have an open and honest conversation about it. It happened.
And the effects of it.
Yes.
And the present day effects of it.
I think we both agree. I think we can all agree on this, that there is a problem with, I don't know how the correct term, I think it's undocumented. How do we get a hold on that?
Border jumpers.
Madam VP, how do we make sure, because I think I've heard you say you want a path to citizenship, but we want to, make sure people come in and do things.
Yes, that's exactly right. So first of all, I have personally prosecuted transnational criminal organizations for the trafficking of guns, drugs, and human beings. I have prosecuted the Sinaloa cartel. Okay,
There's about 14 minutes left.
So I put my record up to anybody in terms.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Yeah. So there's that. Okay, Buddy Flood, since you say you're not going to vote for Trump, right? Let me guess, you voted for Kamami, right? Or somebody, let's see, did you vote for Kamala Harris? Ugh. Because if you did, I have some questions. Oh, you didn't vote. Okay, say less. Then, all right, you didn't vote. All right. Do you plan on voting? Oh, who wants to hear Elon Musk give out a battle cry? This is hilarious. What the hell was that? Listen to it again. I tell you, he got pushed in the lockers down there in South Africa. Oh my God. That's like he was trying to go Super Saiyan and he shat himself. By the way, oh, if you could, you would vote against him. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Lord have mercy. That's when you know the dandelion greens are working. Oh man. Mm. Oh boy. So how did y'all love with that? How did y'all feel about that? It's scale of 1 to 5. How did y'all feel about that? I gotta get out of 0. We learned nothing. Mm. Somebody said -5. Throw up, trash. Not even worth rating. Unrated. What up, K and Hotep? I'm none the wiser. I don't know what that means. But like I said, we only got one more week. And then it'll be all over. Y'all gonna be mad as hell. I ain't talking about y'all. Y'all all right. I'm talking about the rest of these people. Here we go. Hey, Ikad left shit him. Go ahead. Tell us how it was powerful and on point. Go ahead. This I gotta hear. Go ahead. You have been nominated. Explain to us how it was powerful and on point. Go ahead. Don't block him. I want to hear this. I'm over here staring at this video of Carrie Hilson. So leave me alone. She speaks clearly and decisive. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, great. She speaks all that. Tell us the policies that's going to better America. Go ahead. Yes, Carrie, keep talking. Yeah, show me the fit. Show me them legs. Oh, you just showing me them boots that you got out of Jonathan Major's closet. Go ahead. Mm. We'll repost it for the Smash Bros. Come on, tell me the policies. Let's go. You want to talk about clearly and decisively? Type that. Type that. Bless up, Kev. I don't care if she wins or not. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Tell us these bills that she passed that help the black community. Go ahead. This should be good. Tell us. Tell us these policies she passed for black folks. I'm gonna go stare at Kerry Hilson again while he types this.
It's in the streets. We'll have a pleasure speaking with.
Miss Capri, baby.
Take care.
Yes, madam. She got the fun bags all out. Get some. I'm finna watch it on mute. I don't want to miss nothing. Come on. Go ahead, tell us these policies that help black people. Ravi said she's gonna give us weed. I don't smoke, so I'm out of that. But go ahead. Come on, mister from that land, tell me. Tell me how Kamala Harris has improved my life as a black man out here. Go ahead. Because you just told us that she speaks clearly and decisive. You just said our black people interpreted that you just called her white. But go ahead. He ran. Where'd he go? Why did he run? Come on, EK. It can't be that hard. I'm a black man. It's not that hard. It should not be this hard. Tell us all these policies that she put in to help black people. Go ahead. He's Googling it right now. You should have had your talking points ready. Hey, can anybody else answer the question in here? What policy did she create that helped you as a black person? No, my internet's screwing up again. I love how now I don't have power. What the hell is going on? Did my router die? I think my router died. Oh no, it's on. That's weird. Come on. Damn, I get back on here and Miss Niecy done block people. Jesus. You're not Googling. Oh, that's what I thought. You got nothing. You have nothing. I won't even look. Oh, you gotta love him, family. Like this is like he stumbled into a political channel and think I don't know nothing that she's done for us. But that's great. That's good. That's good. Next thing I'm gonna be saying, like, why you being an uppity black? Kyle, okay, Kyle. First off, you didn't even say good morning, but that's all right. You put 25,000 for first time home buyers. Did you even read that legislation? That's not cash. That's a tax credit, which means you're going to pay the tax on it. $50,000 to start a business. You don't need $50,000 to start a business. Not in this age. And she's talking about it's forgivable. So you're going to do another PPP loan. Except this time now, they're just going to make it forgivable off top. So that's going to be lost money. How does that help the economy? Increasing the child tax credit. That's wonderful. You do know you pay tax on that too, right? How is that supposed to help black people? You're supposed to put policies in place that are, as soon as you get in within the first 100 days, you start reaping dividends, at most 6 months. How is that supposed to help us? That's number one. Number two, well, you got OBS. My computer can't handle that. So shout out to you. But you're 25K and you're 50K, right? You do know that's an all lives matter policy. That's for them to keep the illegals here. No, it doesn't help, sir. No. Because it would have helped if they were in control of the housing. They're not. You might as well give that $25,000 to BlackRock and Vanguard and State Street. You might as well just give it to them. It doesn't help us. And again, you don't need $50,000 to start a business. You could literally start it with $100. Y'all not understanding what's going on out here. Kyle, you could literally go online right now, take $100, $150 and incorporate yourself. You could literally just do that. Talk to Ken and Hotep if you think I'm lying. He has a business. I would think at this point you guys are tired of politicians telling you they're gonna throw you all this money, but then you don't ask questions like, okay, y'all gonna give us all these money, but you keep sending billions overseas. Where are y'all getting this money from? Kyle, once again, you don't. Kyle, let me educate you on something real fast. You do realize there's people on TikTok that are millionaires that basically all they did was post content and go in their marketplace and sell their products. It didn't cost them $50,000. You do know that, right? There's people online back a few years ago that were just selling t-shirts. They didn't need $50,000 to do that. They're millionaires. Even if you want to do a brick and mortar, it won't cost you $50,000. And besides, the brick and mortar is starting to die out anyway. You could just do your business online, less overhead. I want y'all to notice something, family. She keeps talking about Donald Trump don't care about nobody. I ain't caping for that asshole. I'm just trying to tell you a story. She hasn't said one thing about them cheering. Nobody's picked up on this. Sir, it's not. Oh, sir, I just explained this to you. It's a tax credit. It's not going to help. Number one, you're going to go in a queue. How do you even know you're going to get it? Everyone didn't get the PPP loans, including legitimate businesses. It's not, you're acting like anybody can just apply for that and they're going to get it. That's not how this works. Mag's mom, okay, as important capital is, you don't need that much capital to start a business. You don't. Y'all are literally telling me that this economy is bad, but you're cool with a person telling you, we're going to give you this money. And you don't ask no questions. Okay, great. You vote her in, right? She does this plan. The program applies and you don't get in. Then what? If that's your only thing you voted on her for, now what? Just like all them people that turned on Biden because they voted for him because he said he was going to give them student loan debt forgiveness, and now he can't even get that done. He's only doing the legacies. What do you mean government didn't say that? They literally said it. They literally said it. Now she's going to tell me they didn't say it. Okay. What didn't they say, Max? What didn't they say? What did I get wrong? Go ahead. Great Sunny D, sell us Trump. Go ahead. Tell us why Trump is. Let me help you folks that are new here. This is a political channel. Okay. Mags, correct. There's going to be criteria. What if you don't fit the criteria? What if that 50,000, what if that's just a scam to get the illegals in here so they could play eminent domain? They start a business and now they can't leave. I literally just said that, Max. You're not listening. I literally said a minute ago. What if you apply for it and don't meet the criteria, then what? Why did you vote for her? Great, he didn't pay for the wall. Mexico didn't pay for the wall. That's great. Does that negate that we have a problem? And the next administration said that they were going to fix it and never fixed it. They had 2 of the record years of people crossing the border. So what? I'm not anti-immigrant. Max, let me help you. My family is from Jamaica. I'm not anti-immigrant. So try that again. Discorious. How is this the best interview she's done when they've literally asked her the same questions and she's given the same answers? Oh, it's because she was talking in front of a black man, right? That's what we're gonna do. No, I'm not MAGA either. Next. Trust me, if I was MAGA, I wouldn't have these people in here. Next. Okay, sir, she didn't follow through on anything she said. So what are we talking about here? You said she came in here with policies to help black people. I had people in here say that. I need people to come up in here and tell me what policy she created for black people that helped us. Come on, it can't be this hard. It can't be. If she did all these things, tell me one thing she did for black folks. It shouldn't be this hard. Maybe we're missing it. Kyle, she's been acting like president for months. What are you talking about? And she actually has been president. She was president for a day. So let's go. Okay, Mags, this is the purpose of my channel, is to deliver politics, social commentary from a black perspective. That's the purpose of my channel. Everybody's in here tell you. I do politics mostly on this channel. I make sure that we look at articles, we look at videos, we listen to audio, and I break down what they're really saying. Because most people like y'all just listen to what they say. Y'all just hear what they say, you're not listening. I never said she was the president. I said she was president for a day. I need you to listen, Kyle. Now you're showing me that y'all don't listen. I literally said she was president for a day. I never said she was president. I said she's been acting like she's president. I need y'all to listen. The CHIPS Act does not help black people. And the CHIPS Act's not working because Taiwan is still not in play. So it's not working. And if you go look at the list, we're not near the top in technology. So the CHIPS Act is not working. And the CHIPS Act does not help black people because that's an all lives matter policy. Somebody came in here and said that she made policies that help black people. I want somebody to tell me what the policy is. So let's go. The infrastructure bill does not help black people because those contracts are not going to black firms. They're not going there. You can go look that data up too. So it's not helping black people. Even the simplest policy called the Crown Act, they didn't even pass in federal. It's not even federal. And that's easy. That's just to stop discrimination with black people and their hair. Easy policy. They can't even pass that federal. We can't get an anti-hate bill, but they could give the Asians one. They could have that deliberated in 2 weeks after a mass deletion of Asian spa workers. Get that implemented in law by May, by the summertime. But yeah, because y'all have been around politics so long, you've never seen a politician tell you they're going to do something and then renege on it as soon as they get what they wanted, which is office. You've never seen this. Okay, great. Hunter Black, good morning. You didn't even say good morning either, but I get it. 17 billion to HBCUs. So why are they still closing? I need that explained. Why are they still closing? It's funny, she only mentions Howard and Spelman and Morehouse at times. But we have HBCUs that are closing. That are 17 billion, a lot of money, but they're woefully underfunded. But I'm sure y'all gonna blame the states for that. I'm sure. We have state governments trying to take their land from them, which would essentially mean they'd have to close. But you're right. 17 billion. When she could have, her and her boss could have left the permanent funding Trump put on there and just kept adding to it. Then you could still grandstand. Nah, they just took it off. Carrie and Thomas, you could go look this up. There's HBCUs closing right now or in the process of closing. Or there's state governments trying to take their land away. I think one just closed like a couple years ago. I'm trying. Oh, of course. Now the internet not working again. You gotta love it. Now I get to go yell at Xfinity. This is great. I know T-Mobile loves me because I'm using their data because I just use Wi-Fi everywhere. They love me right now. Yeah, here we go. That's what it was. There are 3 of them in Mississippi. Oh my God. Sir? Nobody ever said Trump didn't cut funding. That's not what I said. I said he left permanent funding there. Biden cut funding too, or y'all forgot about that. I'm just saying, maybe y'all forgot about that. Then he came out with that BS proposal for universities of color and only gave HBCUs $2 billion. But now 17 is supposed to help y'all when y'all got over 100 HBCUs. How's that supposed to help? But all right. Great, Kenny Howard. You're right. Trump gave us all that, right? How does he do it again? I'm just asking because if they could give away $109 million, right, to Ghana, why couldn't they just give that to the HBCUs? I'm just asking. But come on, Kenny Howard, explain to me how Trump is supposed to do that again. That's wonderful. Okay, so they subverted the system and made her the candidate. how does Trump, let's say he wins next Tuesday, how does he get us back to economics that were right in 2018 and 2019? It's not that hard a question. How does he do it? Why are y'all blocking people? Hold on. Karen, if I'm lying, come prove that I'm lying. Blue Collar USA, you can play the game too. Sell me Trump. Good. What was billions, Napoleon? They not give Ghana no $109 billion. Them white supremacists would be pissing in their pants right now. Come on, explain how he's supposed to get us back in 4 years when he has to take Biden's first budget. How's he supposed to do that? Sherry, you can play the game too. I got 22 minutes. Y'all can play the game. Sell me Trump. Go ahead. You're going to sell me Command Me too. I don't care. That's fine. You voted for comedian Dave Smith. That's fine. I need somebody to do this. Fine. Invest. You want to go for Trump? That's fine. I just hope you know if he does make crypto part of the U.S. economy and China wipes it out, I hope y'all going to go to that man. Don't go blaming the Department of the Treasury. I want y'all to go blame him. Because this is his baby. He wants to be in with the crypto bros. So when that Chinese supercomputer wipes out the crypto market in America and cripples our economy more, I want y'all to blame him. But all right. Why do y'all keep saying no wars when he didn't actively end all the wars? He only ended one. He only signed the legislation to end one. If you're going to give me the Abraham Accords, it doesn't look like the Middle East is following it, but all right. Drill, baby, drill will bring the cost of living down. Okay, great. John Senna, you didn't even say good evening, good morning either, but you're not gonna play the game. Okay, so he drills this oil, right? He extracts this oil, refines it. Who does he sell it to? Who does he sell the byproducts to? I want y'all to explain this to me. What do we do with all that oil? I want to know. And if you think that he's going to impose tariffs on all these countries who are dealing with the global south right now, I don't think you guys are understanding what's going on out here. Trump wants to make passive income part of the U.S. economy. So everybody can see what you've been making. Okay. All right. Might as well put everybody's Cash App outside. Now you're going to see, he gets his way. You're going to have reporters having their Cash Apps underneath their, on their bylines on TV. They're going to have their social media, and they're going to have their Cash App. Oh, boy. Lower gas prices. This guy. Okay, lower gas prices. What do you do with the rest of that oil? Y'all still not answering my question. What do y'all do with the rest of it? Americans can only consume so much. What do you do with the rest of this oil? Invest. If you think he's for closing the border, you're insane. The man literally said it 2 weeks ago. He needs the labor. He's not closing the border. He literally agreed with Kamala with regards to AI and machine learning. They need the workers. They don't want to educate the Americans. They want to bring in the cheap labor. Hunter Black, no, we don't. We literally don't produce more. If we produce more energy than under Trump, why did Biden have to go into the strategic reserves? if we produced more? Why did he have to buy oil? He bought oil less than a month ago, or maybe 2. But if we're producing more energy. All right. Correct, Kenny. Very good. You got to export the oil to bring money to America. Very good point. Now answer this question, because I said this before, you didn't answer it. The global south is getting away from the petrodollar. How do we sell that oil? They're trading with each other's currency. How do we make that attractive for them to buy from us? How do we do that? I'm not picking apart the argument. This is what a voter does, sir. Especially if you have a family. You might not have a family, sir. This is what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking for the future. I'm not thinking 10 weeks after the election. I have to think 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the road. That's what being a father and a husband is. The shit can change. I've already started planning the day Trump lost. I don't have the single mindset anymore. I got a daughter to worry about. In 13 years, she's gonna be an adult. I need to make sure she's going out there and there's something out there for her. So I want y'all to answer my question. How do you export that oil and make it attractive? I need that answered. I already voted, Mags. I will reveal who I voted for on November 4th. See what I mean? Look, shout out to Hayes. Are you Kamala, dude, or MAGA? This is what they've reduced it to. Which side are you on? Not the issues. Which cartoon character are you following? Are you Team Mario or Team Sonic? This is what it's reduced to. Howard Rodriguez, what do you mean? Why do we have to export oil? So how do you make money? Okay, Invest. If you have those 3 kids, why are you confused that I'm asking these questions? Especially when your oldest is about 3 years away. And I hope they're not a boy, because y'all's government just said your kids are automatically going to be signed up for selective service, the young boys, as soon as they turn 18, which means if they have a draft, they're automatically going. Who took Mag's mom? Lord have mercy. You think we can only vote one? It's not either him or her. Did you forget about the other 3 or 4 that are on the ballot? Jesus Christ. There's 4 other options on that ballot. She think you only pick 1 or 2. Ma'am, you would. Jesus Christ. Okay, y'all really want to know who I voted for? Y'all really want to know? It's funny. Alex, if I'm smart, I don't pick any of the 2. If I'm smart. You know what I voted for on president? Fine. I'll tell you. You don't even have to wait till November 4th. I'll tell you right now. I voted for reparations. That's why I put on. I know I'm about to lose about 100 people because I said that. I don't give a shit. Yeah. On that line, I wrote reparations for FBA and ADOS. Yes, I did. And for my congressional seat, I voted for the Republican because I don't like Nikema Williams. So it is what it is. If you don't like it, tough shit. See, I lost 60. Told you. Told you. They didn't want to wait. There you go. I voted for reparations. There you go. And I took a picture of the ballot just so some of y'all think I was lying. Bless up, Kev. We don't waste votes around here. We already told y'all 2 years ago how this was gonna go. Y'all didn't want to listen. Y'all wanted to play tribalistic game. Fine. We gonna show you better than we could tell you. Everybody was sitting up there bitching about Trump or command me, and then all of a sudden, your media class started talking about the couch. So I think we won. Dial up. It ain't begging. That's called a protest vote. Maybe you don't know what it is. I'm not eligible for reparations up here. That's called a protest vote. But, you know, a real American would have known that, but we figured you didn't. We figured you didn't. Who the heck are the reparations? The same reparations where people were putting Harambe and Kanye West on other ballots. That. Oh, dial up. You have no clue what I went through. You have no clue. So it's okay. Well, William, it doesn't matter, right? Because y'all telling me Trump or command me got it in the bag, so my vote doesn't really matter now, does it? Ma'am, I'm not MAGA. Trust me, MAGA hates my guts. Let's get that straight. MAGA don't like me. I already told them what it's about. I'm already off their radar because I said women should be allowed to do whatever they want with their body. They have to just deal with the consequences. They don't like that, so it's okay. No, Mr. Pilot, if my vote didn't matter, that would... Do you realize logically you just told me that Trump is nothing? Because you're telling me to waste a vote on Trump? So you just said Trump is nobody. I think y'all need to watch what you're typing. Oh, Biden's at the port? Hey, be careful out there, bro. He gonna try to siege you or try to snow y'all. Oh, look, not even mad. Oh, nothing deserves reparations. Okay. I bet if you found out your family was wronged, you'd be calling up the lawyer right now. But all right, go ahead. Fine. Nothing I went through deserves reparations. Cool. Go tell them Jews that. And when they tell you you're right, come back and let me know. I want to hear it on film, though. Hey, dial up. You can leave. I don't give a damn if you don't like what I said. You can leave. I'm sure your blow up doll's finished charging. I'm sure she wants you to get on top. So you can go do with that up. It is what it is. Like me doing what I want is a problem now. And your name is Tucker? Sir, your name is Tucker. Wait a minute. This can't be right. Tucker. Tucker? Tucker. Oh, Tucker. That's a great name. That is a great name. I like that name. Ah, look, they mad. They mad. Nah, I don't want to put Diddy on there. Nah, we good. That's fine. It's funny, they keep telling you, you got to pick Trump or you going to pick Command Me. But Jill Stein's on there, RFK still on there, Cornel West is on there. You could write in your own candidate. Chase Oliver is still on there, but y'all want me to vote for them too. Because y'all really need to be part of something. I could tell y'all tried to Let me guess. How many of y'all tried to go sit at the jock table on the first day of school? Go ahead. How many of y'all be living out them Breakfast Club fantasies? If you think Tucker Carlson is awesome, you're insane. The man can't even get traction anymore. Tucker? Tucker's a wholesome white man name? Shit. Tucker? William Hatcher. Again, see, this is why I know y'all don't know nothing about history. You do realize if Trump gets his way and deports everybody, you know most of these white people are leaving, right? I just want y'all to understand what you're saying before you start saying it. Most white people in this country are gone. They're going back to Europe. And you know what that means? That means the black Americans would outnumber everybody. I don't think y'all want that. I'd be quiet. I'd seriously be quiet. He doesn't only deport black people. You the dumbest motherfucker I ever seen. He literally made Latinos run in 2018. But all right. But all right. Max Mom, welcome to America. You find me a president that's not racist. I'll give you the opportunity. You have right now 46. Tell us the president that wasn't racist. Barack Obama was a racist, sir. I can't believe you said him. I figured y'all would have stayed away from Barack Obama, the deporter in chief. I figured y'all would have stayed away from that one, but I guess not. Why am I dooming? Who's dooming? Nobody's dooming. I don't know what you're talking about. If I was dooming, I would have said November 5th, the world ends. I haven't said that, but you know. All right. Somebody told me Barack Obama wasn't a racist. Okay. William, he would you like this guy can't be serious. All right, William, you could stay in your delusions. I don't have time to explain to you how Barack Obama wasn't racist. But okay. But all right. Max Mom, just because somebody's black does not mean they can't be racist. Wait a minute. Didn't some of your cousins tell us that everybody can be racist? Every time y'all's Matt Walsh said that the word Karen should be up on the same plane as the N-word. And we know a black person created the term Karen. Lonnie Perry, I just explained it. Who has deported the most people in history as president? When you find that out, holla at me. Did he not deport the most people in history? Did he not go fuck with the Middle East consistently? Did he not kill Gaddafi? Did he not go kill bin Laden? Y'all trying to tell me he not racist? That man literally went on film in front of the whole world and more than one occasion disrespected the Muslim faith by not pronouncing their words correctly. But he not a racist. But okay. He's not a racist. Sir, that's not what I said. I need y'all to stop hearing and start listening. I said he was bombing them consistently. He literally took out a state leader. He literally took out a state leader and caused slavery in Africa, but he's not a racist. Okay. A mixed black man, he's not a racist. Okay. All right. All right. Cool. Fine. Let's just focus on the white people. Well, Julian, if you don't get what I'm saying, then you can leave. I'm sure there's somebody else that can say it slower for you. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. I'm not even mad that you don't get it. Look, again, for those who just coming in, this all started because I told people who I voted for. Now they mad. Well, Israel, they think you're a racist because you're Asian and you don't know your place. This is, y'all got to understand, white people came up in here trying to tell me about Trump and how Kamami's bad. I said, cool, I agree with you. You can go vote for Trump if you want. I agree Kamami's bad. I ain't voting for none of them. Now you upset that I didn't vote for him. The hell? But y'all are telling me that the swamp, there's this swamp and all these creatures in it, and we got to get rid of them. And I said, cool, I'm not going to vote for none of them. Now I got to vote for them. I got to vote for them to get them out. But I'm not going to vote for them, which will make it faster and more of a bigger message that I want to get rid of them. Oh, you don't know what the fuck you doing. Oh, great. All right. So, all right. Then I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to fight the system. You telling me you got to vote to fight the system. Oh, my Lord. You got a whole bunch of people who are telling you they're not going to vote because they don't like none of these candidates. Ain't got no word for them but me. I thought y'all ain't vote for none of them. Now I got to get it. All right, say less. No, Hayes, I didn't vote for Kamala. I said it again. I didn't vote for her. And I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't vote for Jill Stein. I didn't vote for RFK. I didn't vote for Cornel West. I didn't vote for Chase Oliver. So there you go. And if I was a Kamala dude, I wouldn't be sitting here for the better part of 5 years trashing her. But you right. I shouldn't even say 5 years. I should say conservatively, last 2 years I've been trashing her. Look, you're right. Oh, now we're wasting votes. So, now I'm wasting a vote. Okay. I wasted a vote. Okay. Is that good? So y'all telling me that when they count up all these votes, right? You're going to tell me that my vote would have been the one that was the tiebreaker? That's how y'all sound. That's how y'all sound. You wasted a vote. Is my vote going to be the tiebreaker? No, then shut up. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Whoever makes the most sense to you, gives you the best agenda, go vote for. All 6 candidates did not give me the best, so I voted for the best way possible, and that was called reparations for the cousins. You don't like it, then you don't like it. It is what it is. I will be here November 5th. Y'all can come yell at me. I'll have the StreamYard link open. Y'all can come yell at me for wasting my vote. Guess what? Y'all gonna be on that night, y'all gonna be nervous with the spaghetti on your chest, like Eminem. I'm gonna be sitting there chilling. I'm gonna have my nice fruit, my nice alkaline water, and I'm just gonna be documenting everything. And when whoever they pick, if it happens that night, cool. If they don't, okay. I'm gonna sign off. I'm going to sleep. No stress on my body. No, but here's the thing. Well, they think they're both going to hit 269, and my vote was going to be the one to push either candidate over to 270. Or it's going to have a runoff. Okay. All right. I literally gave them my ID. I'm on record for voting, but now it's a wasted vote because I didn't pick their candidate. What the fuck? Typical ghost guy. I'm not the one deleting comments. If you come in here trolling, my people don't play. We like to keep these conversations going. So if you want to be the one and try, go ahead. Have fun. They'll just block you. I'm not even telling them to block me. Okay, fine. You want me to prove the power I got? Don't nobody block nobody else. Don't block nobody else. Now watch. Nobody gonna get blocked. Nobody else gonna get blocked. Sir, everybody has a chance to win, Lonnie. Everybody has a chance to win. Okay, let me help you. If Jill Stein didn't have a chance to win, why did the Democrats send Tavis Smiley on the eve of an interview with her questions to ask her? Why did RFK have to suspend his campaign to go to Trump? I just told y'all stop blocking people. Why did they have to silence Cornel West? It shouldn't be a problem. You should let everybody ride. Why did they send Trump down to the Libertarian National Convention? Everybody has a chance to win. What puts you over the top is you have an agenda that's going to be for a brighter future for America and how well you can articulate it. Alejandro, stop talking about your Tio like that. That's not cool. Don't talk about your Tio, abuela, your hombres. Don't even talk about your esposo like that. Don't do that. I don't think he'd take too comfortable with you talking like that. You guys are supposed to keep it secreto. You wake up to each other every morning and you be like, mi amor, no te apures. Don't do that. There's nothing wrong with being a gay Latino man in America. You are celebrated. There's nothing wrong with that. I know a lot of gay people. They don't like it when you try to project gay onto somebody. Don't do that. Especially the ones with the open shirts. They don't give you none after that. All right. Anyway. Oh, you talking about the one with Abby Phillip? Oh, I saw that. And then Abby Phillip. What did I tell y'all, family? What did I tell y'all? Did I tell y'all they were gonna get rid of Abby Phillip? There was the dynamite just got lit. She's about to be out of there. Now they just saw she can't control her own show. She gone. She gone. I told y'all that months ago. They only kept her around because she had a natural birth at home and they were able to document it and what she did on January 6th. Well, unknown guy, if you're confused, this ain't for you. That's just is what it is. This ain't for you. This live is not for you. If you're that confused, and if you're confused, you shouldn't be voting because that means you don't have a clear head going in there. You're going to be like that superhero meme with the two buttons, and you nervous. Oh yeah. Oh boy. They, they said that my vote was wasted because I ain't pick one of them assholes.
They would say that about me
Okay. No, but you voted for somebody.
too. Yeah, but
I just wrote
I
reparations.
didn't vote for A or B.
Right, but they ain't mad at me that I didn't vote for A or B. I had 170 in there when I told them who I voted for. 70 of them left.
Really?
I told them 100 people gonna leave after I told them who I voted for. I only got 60, so it was all
Why
good.
did you tell them?
I was gonna wait till the fourth, but they kept like, "Who'd you vote for?" As soon as I told them, they get mad.
I wouldn't even tell them. It's none of their business.
It's not, but hey, I stood on business.
I vote for who I vote for.
I vote for the best agenda, and none of them did it. So I said, "Okay, take this, take that, take that, take that, take that." But they mad, bro. It's all good. It's all good. So there's that. So if y'all ever find out my real name, you can go look up the records and see that I voted. So y'all can't say, "Oh, he just lied." Kira said she voted for Diddy. Hey, baby, people say they voted for Diddy. Huh? Hold on. Hey, baby. People say they voted for Diddy.
Who said that?
Somebody in my chat said they voted for Kara, she kissed her teeth at you. She's like, wait, what? I can't hold that. Brother, listen, I wouldn't lie to y'all about that. Real talk. I would not lie. I actually took a picture of my ballot. I wouldn't even lie to y'all like that. Because if I did that, my channel would be over. Matter of fact, yo, I'm gonna DM you my ballot after I get off here. And you can be like, shit. All right. Sorry, I had to pee real fast. I didn't want y'all to hear that. But you asked how reparations is the best agenda. It's a very good agenda. You want America to be better? You got to repair Black America. Because with reparations, you get an anti-hate bill. You get Black people creating a middle class. You get more Black businesses. You get a future for Black kids. That helps progress America forward. You get less crime. You get more economic opportunities. Since your politicians about to run around and tell everybody that, hey, rising tide lifts all boats, right? Y'all's Obama said that, right? Kamala said that, any policy that helps Black people will help everybody. Okay, we'll take that. Let's go. Repair Black America, you repair America. Now, if you don't like that tough shit, it is what it is.
You continue to have this held, and we can bitch about this again in 2 years with the midterms. So there's that. Well, Candy, you know they ain't gonna do you know they ain't gonna do no tax free status. Now that you know. They'd lose their mind if black Americans did not pay taxes. They'd lose their mind. Why y'all blocking people? Wait a minute. Miss Niecy. No. Let them talk. Don't do that. Let them live. Because I like those attitudes when they say that that y'all gonna waste your money. Let me ask a question. Why do you care if they waste their money or not? It's going right back into the economy, right? Why do you care? I'm just trying to understand. Patriot, he's not for free speech. We established this earlier. He's not for free speech. He literally just said he wants to put people in jail for a year if they burn the flag. That's under free speech. So how is that free speech? He's chilling somebody right now who is allowing people that you block on his social media app to be able to see what you're saying. How is that free speech? Robert, come on. What? I'm sorry if I pronounced your last name. You didn't say good morning, but whatever. Do I know about Thomas Sowell? You mean the government operative? Yeah, I know about him. You, are you talking about the Jesus of Coonan? Yes, I do know him. We've already proven on this channel he's a government operative. So unless you're gonna come up here and try to tell me he's not, I'd save it. Jesus is not king. I think you need to go read your Bible.
Waiting for Perry.
I think you need to go read your Bible, sir. Jesus is not king. So we can have that discussion one day. But go ahead. Tell us about Thomas Sowell. Go ahead. Tell us about the economist that is not asked about the economy. Go ahead. I'd love to know that. Oh, so the Xfinity truck is in my complex screwing around with the internet. Wonderful. Maybe they're going to make it better. One would hope. Sir, why would I reread a book that's been written over 10,000 times? Why would I read that? Why don't I just get the original text where it says he's not king? Y'all people kill me. Go ahead. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Tell us. No, it's not. Go look it up. Show me where it is. Show me the original text where it says Jesus is king. Go ahead. Which version of the Bible do you read? Let's start there. Because I love how y'all let white people tell you what to anoint and what's used for religion. I love how y'all do that. Because I love how y'all putting Jesus on the same plane as folks that are voted in back in them days. But y'all got it. Y'all got it. Because y'all must really think that kings are ordained. I love that. But you have your belief systems. Oh, so you're Native American praising white Jesus. Okay. So you've forgotten your gods? Is that what you're telling me? You're taking Western gods. That's fine. You're Native American. You can do whatever you want. How did God how did God make his son God? What are you occupy Mars? Stay on Mars, please. Don't come in here and write dumb shit. This fool just told me that God loves his son and made him God. How is Jesus over God? I thought y'all's book said Lord Jesus Christ. A Lord is not king. But all right, y'all got it. Oh Lord. Jesus is King of Kings and Lords of Lords. Okay. Yes, he's the Lord of Lords. He's not king. But y'all don't even understand that kings and lords are two different titles. But all right. Get it, mama. Get it. Just saw some black women outside exercising. That's what I'm talking about. Get it. And what? Fine. Jesus is King and Lord of Lords. Where is his kingdom? That's what I want to know. This is what I want to know. Where is his kingdom? Where is it? I'm actually curious now. Where is his kingdom? Heaven. So if his kingdom is heaven, why did his father put him on earth? That doesn't make sense. So if that's his kingdom, what happened to God? I think that's a simple question. If his kingdom is heaven, what happened to God? It's not blasphemy. This is questions. Let me help you. I grew up in the church. My mother is very religious, and she don't even like talking to me about religion because when I started getting talkative, I started asking her these questions. I even made her start rethinking some things. So I want you, since you're telling me that Jesus' kingdom is heaven, what happened to God? Well, that was wonderful. Yeah, you're supposed to turn the next light. Yeah, there you go. So you're saying he was there to teach us and heal us and show us our sinful ways. Wonderful. I thought that was Jesus's job. Y'all keep telling me that he was put on this earth to show the error of man's ways, right? So why do we need God? I thought y'all pray to God. Y'all don't pray to Jesus. I follow nothing. I follow the Most High. I have no religious. I have no. I'm not. I'm not of any religious sect. I follow the Most High. So I need y'all to explain to me if Jesus's kingdom is in heaven, what happened to God? Because I thought kings were not allowed to take what they had on earth with them. So are y'all telling me y'all suspending the rules for Jesus? I'm not blasting Jesus. See, this is what I mean. Y'all are hearing, you're not listening. I didn't blast Jesus. I said y'all coming up in here talking to me about white Jesus. That's not blasting Jesus. Y'all have do you understand the European standard has regulated Jesus to a white man? Yet the book contradicts that. And every time I ask Christians about Jesus, they can't give me a straight answer. Thank you. Jesus is a vassal for God. Thank you, Chance. Y'all up here telling me Jesus is God and all this. Now you're lying. I love how nobody disputed that that man, that book has been written thousands of times over. And nobody, and y'all think that every time you pick up a Bible, that you're getting the truth. But y'all are supposed to talk and pray to God to get the truth. So which is it? Look, I spent the better part of what, almost 20 years getting away from Christianity. I'm just starting getting right back with the Most High. So yes, I'm going to have questions. I don't mind the engagement. But just because you sat up there and listened to somebody without listening to him, don't take it out on me. Because my question may sound confusing to you, or it might sound blasphemous. That's fine. Report it. I could care less, Patriot. Report my channel for racial crap. Who cares? Have fun. Let me give you a word of advice for you leave. Never announce your departure. Everybody will look at you and laugh. So there's that. 'Cause I love how y'all Christians come up in here and try to tell me my answer is wrong. But if I tell you your answer is wrong, then you're ready to fight me. All right. That's not very Christ-like. I'm pretty sure in your book they have a verse about giving grace and mercy to those that are lost. But yeah, all right. We see how that affects when it comes down to earth. We see those effects. Yeah. Okay, so there's 1188 books. So tell me which book says Christ is king, that says God is king, is Jesus is king. Because I don't understand that. I don't think you guys understand that saying Jesus is king and his kingdom is heaven, you're basically saying that he has, according to regular standards, he has a fictitious kingdom. And anybody can say they have a kingdom. We got to be careful how we interpret things for people who don't know. How is Jesus right? Y'all, y'all just writing anything in there now. How is Jesus right? Go ahead, let's have that conversation. Tell me how Jesus is right. So because he died for you, that means he was right? Huh? That doesn't make sense. Okay, fine. He died for us, right? So why is there still strife and evil in the world if he was supposed to come down and atone for our sins? Why is there still evil? Why is the whole world not living righteously? Lonnie, most people don't follow revelations. And we just explained the kings and lords are two different meanings. That's the European standard. So again, you understand why I'm not gonna take y'all Bible for the truth. What chance? Oh, now you don't like that question I asked? Fine, I'll ask it again. How was Jesus right? And he died for our sins, but there's still strife and evil on the earth. I thought that was supposed to cure it. What did I say in that question that was so messed up? Is there still not evil and strife in the world? No, this is not where Satan resides. Because Satan wouldn't ask these type of questions. I'm asking you as a Christian, if y'all are gonna tell us that God died to atone for sins on earth, why is there sin on earth? It's not that hard of a question. Let's go. The world is where Satan resides. So then his sacrifice was for nothing then. That's what you're telling me. So he did all that and Satan is still powerful. Then what was the point? He should have just fought Satan for the rest of his life. And now that he has his kingdom in heaven, why is he not sending down the balance? Why is he not doing it? Okay, so great, Bud. So you're agreeing with me that man is fallible, right? So how is a man that is fallible supposed to follow a man that even he doesn't know is fallible? Because Jesus was not fallible. I want y'all to, no, seriously, answer me that question. You're taking your cues from a man that wasn't fallible. I'm sorry, that was not infallible. So why should I listen to y'all on Jesus? Why don't I just follow God? I'm not discounting him as a person, but maybe I want to go around him. Oh, the Catholic Church. Oh, them. Those tyrants. You, Stephen Pringle. I don't think you want to go there. Not this morning. I don't think you want to go there with the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church has committed some of the worst atrocities on this planet. I don't think you want to go there. The countless lives they destroyed in the present and in the past. I don't think you want to go there. I'm just saying. Correct. God granted us free will. Correct. So y'all are telling me that Satan is more powerful than God than Jesus. That's what y'all are telling me. So if Jesus is King and King of Kings and Lord of Lords, what is Satan? I can't go around Jesus. Who told you that? Wait a minute. Hold on. Chance, what do you mean I can't go around Jesus? He just told me I can't go around Jesus. So I can't go to God. So explain then what the Jews are doing. How is God Jesus? How is God Jesus? Oh Lord. Go ahead, explain to me how God is Jesus. So you're telling me God created himself on earth just to kill himself. I'm sorry. You're telling me God created himself on earth to be sacrificed. For what purpose? Go ahead. This should be good. Since Jesus is God, tell me why God sacrificed himself on earth in mortal form. I just want to know. Okay, great. You gave me John. Wonderful. So he sent his only begotten son to earth, but somebody just told me that God took a piece of himself and created Jesus, and they're one and the same. Or they're telling me that Jesus is on the same level as God. He manifested Jesus. When you manifest something, you're creating something new. So it can't be the same thing. Bud Hancock, we already got that. Pause your name, by the way. We already got that. He did that to save human beings. Fine. We got all that. Why is there still sin on earth? I want you Christians to understand this is how people, when y'all really engage with people that are not of your faith, this is how they're going to ask questions to you. This is why y'all cannot live by that slave manual. You cannot do that. You have to balance it. Ab, calm down. Number one. And if you're gonna call me a bitch, at least put the H in it. Don't be scared, sir. I probably read that Bible more than you. Okay, this is why I have questions. Okay, you guys just pick out selected verses so you can feel better about yourselves. Because since your late ass showed up in here, I already told everybody. I grew up in the church. My mother's very religious. We've had Bibles in the house. I've had the devotions books. Okay. I've asked these questions. As just like a lot of these Christians out here, y'all cannot answer none of my questions because your pastors go in there and give you a commercial message when you need to be looking into yourselves and figuring out your one purpose with God is to find a message for you and you become an example to lead people, not to sit up here and quote fucking scripture. That's not what we were put on earth to do. We were put on earth with free will and the capacity to move through life to be examples of righteousness for everybody else. Every time you see them folk come up there, they get their awards or they sitting up there nice. They something great happened in their life. What's the first thing they say? God led me down this path. God put me here for this. And I just follow what he told me. And I had to look within myself. I had to change some things. I had to change some things. And hopefully I can be example for the next person. Not the motherfucker put me here and told me to do this, and this. We look at people like that and say that they're crazy. Now answer my question. Bud Hancock, you're getting blocked because again, you're hearing and not listening. Now you get blocked. Well, Chris Guthrie, yeah. And guess what? Man repeated it. Man has consistently repeated his bad ways. But they're trying to give me Jesus who had moments of anger, moments of weakness. I don't understand how I got Christians in here. You're listening to someone that's not of the Christian faith who got questions and you upset they asking questions, but y'all supposed to be the most loving. I think didn't it say in your book, do not be a hypocrite? I'm just asking. This is why people don't like fooling with Christians. We're not saying Darius, nobody's saying that God didn't love Jesus. I just look at people funny when they try to tell me Jesus is God and God is Jesus. I just find it funny. I find it funny. I got a whole bunch of Christians in here quoting scripture, but they can't relate to me. Let me tell you something, Christian. Don't nobody want to be preached to. That's what they do on Sundays. That's when they get preached to. If you're gonna tell me about God, tell me about God. Tell me about Jesus. Talk to me like a human. Again, I don't need Jesus to get to heaven. I don't need him. What do I need? So wait, so Jesus, y'all telling me Jesus is the captain of the boat to get to heaven? Is that what y'all telling me? And damn, he must have a busy ass. He must have a busy schedule because lives are lost every day. Lives are at their end every day. But he's running a kingdom in heaven. But he has to ferry people into the kingdom of heaven. That's crazy. And it's funny that y'all Christians not understanding what you're saying. So Peter's at the gate waiting for you, and then Jesus is standing there, and he's ready to bring you in, but he has to run his kingdom. So then, what's the point of the angels? Jonathan, I don't have to accept anything. See what I mean? See what I mean? Y'all, Jesus never told people you need to do something, but here come the Christians telling you you need to accept Jesus. Fine. Why didn't you tell me to accept Jesus as my King and Savior? Why my Lord? I'm just asking a question here. I'm just asking. If I believe in God and by proxy, wouldn't that mean I believe in Jesus? No, that's not what it means. Why should I believe? So you're telling me I need to believe in a human being? That's not infallible. You see it in the heavens. Well, that's the problem, Jonathan. You see in the heavens. We're not the same. My experience with the heavens is not going to be your experience. And the fact that you're trying to tell me that, that's why people can't stand Christians. I can't see what you see. I can't pick up the Bible and read what you read and understand what you're understanding. The true message of God was never intended for everybody to think the same. But if y'all think that, that's cool. You do that. This is why those pastors and those priests and can manipulate y'all every Sunday because y'all not gonna ask questions. Y'all just gonna say yes, Lord, Amen. That's all y'all gonna say all day. I pray to the Most High. Yes, I don't pray to Jesus. Who said I was listening to flawed men? See, y'all not listening again. Y'all not listening again. I'm not listening to fraud men, and I'm not reading scripture because I understand. Even pastors have admitted this. Scripture is not perfect. The only perfect conversation is between you and God. Correct? Maybe I missed it. Um, Lonnie, you're not listening. All you're doing is hearing and talking, and you're not saying anything. How am I being argumentative if I'm asking questions? I don't get this. See what I mean? They're not even proving they're real Christians. I'm asking questions. He's telling me I'm being argumentative. Look, Darius, nobody's saying that Jesus is not the Son of God, but when people come up to me and tell me Jesus is God and God is Jesus, it doesn't make sense. I'm not my father. He's not me. No, Lonnie, I'm asking questions because I honestly don't know. And since you don't listen again, I literally said I grew up in church. I read that Bible, and a lot of it didn't make sense to me, especially after reading it, being around my mother, being in church. It's three different messages. It's not the same. What kind of Christian, or when I used to be a Christian, what kind of Christian would I have been if I didn't ask questions? You're supposed to evolve your thinking, but of course, y'all don't want that. Y'all want this. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. But you ain't supposed to. Fine, Panther. You don't know me, and I don't know you. Okay, you could be a Satanist right now. We don't even know that. But there we go again. Christians being Christians. It's baffling that y'all are here. Why am I here? Because this is my life. This is my life. Why are you here derailing the conversation? Let's ask that. Let's ask that question. I'm asking questions. You don't like the fact that I have more questions because you think I'm supposed to be subservient to that damn book. I'm not like y'all. Y'all want to be unbalanced with Christianity? You do that. I'm not going to do that. So what we going to do for you? Go pick up the book and go get indoctrinated some more. Have fun. Their own Jesus was asking questions in the book, but he mad that somebody that his father created in his image is asking questions. Maybe I should just have tight little catchphrases like he did. Maybe I should just do that. But all right, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, fine. Holy, fine. Tell me which Bible to read. Go ahead. Which Bible should I read? Which Bible from what era or which version should I read? Which one's going to give me the most concise version of what happened and how I should live my life? Go ahead. This should be good. You read the King James Version. Okay, so you read the Old Text, the one that's been rewritten the most. That's fine. So you're saying read the King James Version. I read that one. Where did I miss it? Because that's the one I grew up on. Where did I miss it? Okay, Holy Ghost. I don't know what the best version is. That's why I asked you. You said you read the Bible. I said which version? There's multiple versions. Which one? Oh my God. Okay, fine. I'll read the Old Testament. Which version? Do I go KGV? Do I go NKGV? Do I go ESV? NIV? Which one? Come on. Jesus Christ. It can't be that hard. Which one? All I'm asking is which version of the Bible should I go pick up? That's going to give me the best message. They can't even tell me that. But see, Simon, when I said that, they got mad at me. We literally said it's been rewritten hundreds of thousands of times. We don't know if that's the real words. I might as well travel and just go read the original. But the King James version again was the same one that's been rewritten the most. Fine, I agree. Fine, I'll read that one. Where did I miss it? Give me a starting point. You're telling me Jesus is is a politician. When you tell me Jesus is king, but all right. But anyway, y'all, I appreciate the conversation. I really do. Now I gotta go on the plantation. So y'all take care, stay safe, enjoy your Tuesday, be productive, make that money. And we're a week away. And you know what to do when the agents of chaos come and mess up your existence.